Hey guys, it's HMK once again with another Legend of Zelda discussion video, and today we're going to be talking about Zelda Wii U and Zelda NX and the confirmation that it will be on the Nintendo NX at the end of this year, 2016, for the holiday season. And I have a very special guest, the man who broke out the news, SuperMetalDave64. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, buddy. Thanks for having me on, and I appreciate it.
All right, I appreciate you coming out to me about this story, and I appreciate you, being here. Thank you very much for being here. You know, a lot of people have said that, especially in the comment section of my video, and I've seen the comment section of your video, that a lot of people don't believe, a lot of people do believe, and a lot of people think that in my response video that I was bashing you or anything. And I had no intention of doing that whatsoever. I just don't believe when the word confirmation is being used unless I have some sort of citation or reference. But you say that your source, which you cannot reveal, I will not ask you to reveal in this video, is 100% legitimate in saying that Zelda Wii U will be coming to the NX as a launch title later on this year. Now, I do want to ask you about the events leading up to you coming into contact with your contact and then you getting the news about this. So run me by that a little bit.
Okay, thanks. First of all, I want to say that I watched your whole video and I didn't take offense to it at all. I totally understand where you're coming from, because I've been in the same boat myself with other rumor videos about Nintendo and the NX and stuff like that. So I can totally see where you're coming from about why, if you don't have any, information to show, just like word of mouth, there's no way, people are going to believe that usually, right? So I totally understand what you're saying. So
no, thanks for that, because a lot of people, take that the wrong way. They see the title, they assume something. But I really appreciate both of us being level-headed about this. So run me by the events leading up to this.
Okay, well, it kind of goes back to a few weeks ago or about that. Well, first of all, I want to make it clear that this individual did not notice my website, and they did not notice my YouTube channel presented me with this information. So basically, they have been watching NeoGAF. And if you guys don't know what NeoGAF is, it's the world's most popular and biggest video game chat forum that there is. So I do post on there. And what happened is a few weeks ago, I did get in contact with a developer. This was a news as well, but I did get in contact with a developer who is wanting Nintendo NX dev kits, and they revealed some information to me about what would be possible on the dev kit that they received from their Nintendo representative. Okay, so when I released this information, I did it in a way that was very private, and I didn't release this individual's name back then. Okay, so this source from Nintendo saw this happening, and based on that, he just decided that it was safe to share that information with me based on my interactions on NeoGAF. Okay, so I just found this out myself, that this individual did not know at all about my website or my YouTube channel. So that's kind of how it led up to it. And he said that I seem like a very honest guy, and I'm not trying to promote myself, just trying to find information like everyone else.
Trying to give that big scoop. I totally understand that as well.
Yeah. So I mean, that's basically how it led up to it. And I've seen a lot of other people saying the same thing, kind of like how you were saying in a roundabout way, that why on earth would they want to share with basically a nobody like me?
Well, I didn't post like that. All I said is that I found it weird that and when I use the term random YouTuber, I don't mean like a big or small or anything. I just like it's kind of like if Matt Pat of Game Theory were to break out this news. I mean, I'm not saying like really him, but I mean like he's for him to break out the news, or some person who doesn't even play Zelda on his channel at any point. I just I find it very random. Even if a good friend of mine, another Zelda YouTuber, were to post that, I'm like, wow, that's pretty random. Just out of the blue. That's what I really meant. This type of news coming from like almost anywhere, and a YouTube channel being that. That's what I meant from that.
Yeah. I totally understand too, man. Because I kind of felt the same way when I was posting this information on my YouTube channel. If you saw my video, I'm dead serious, man. I mean, it took me 2 days to prepare that information, to present it in a way that would be, it makes sense to everybody, because I had to keep going over it and over it and over it to get everything straight and make sure I didn't get this individual into trouble. Who wants to lose their job with Nintendo? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
There's no way I'm gonna let that happen to this individual. Now, I want to make it clear to everybody listening that I am in the process of verifying this individual's employment for proof that this information is true through the higher ups on NeoGAF. Okay. So I'm going to be going through that process. It might take a few days, but I guarantee it, this individual will be verified as a source from Nintendo in just a few days.
Not saying that I don't believe you, but wouldn't you rather have waited until that was completely verified before breaking out this news? A way to cover your bases.
No, because I've seen the information already. I've seen the verification for myself.
Okay.
So I already know that this information is true. That's why I'm 100%.
So you just want to get
positive.
All right, I understand. You're trying to get some more backing through the use of the NeoGAF moderators,
yes,
in order to add some more verification to that. Okay, I definitely understand that.
Yeah, they have a way of doing this where they are able to verify employment records through some kind of legal means. Now, I'm in the first stages of doing that right now. So this is serious stuff. So I'm not. If I was in, for example, I only got 4,000 subscribers, whatever, my website. If I went ahead and did this, all that's gone. You know what I'm saying? So this is a big risk, but I'm 100% positive that this is going to be for the better.
Right, and definitely, I do want to believe you, but I want to see something I can grasp onto, or something I can see for myself. And I would definitely say confirmation from the NeoGAF higher ups will definitely help out this scoop that you brought to us. Now, let's talk a little bit about Zelda Wii U and Zelda NX being the same title, being released for both systems. Let's take it a little bit personal before we get back into the scoop. Do you think it is the best idea for Nintendo in order to dual release this title for the Wii U and the NX? That being said, Nintendo has said over and over again that this game is being built for the Wii U, similar to how they said the Skyward Sword was built for the Wii. Do you think it's the best practice for them to do?
As a business standpoint, I think it is. For Wii U fans and Wii U owners, I think it's not, of course. But here's the thing: what have we seen of Zelda Wii U?
Almost nothing.
All right, great. So you've seen the game they've been using the gamepad. They saw that little clip with Miyamoto and Aonuma playing it there on the gamepad, and it was the map, right? And you can zoom in and out, way in and way out. That was it. That's all I saw. Did you see anything else?
No, but I mean, well, we did saw, the ability to set, I would say, similar to Skyward Sword, they were able to set waypoints on the map. They're able to click somewhere, and then you could, go off into the distance and see something light up. And it's like, okay, I set that on the map. I can see that in real time on the screen. That's where I need to go.
Oh yeah,
that was the only feature. But you can use that. You don't need the gamepad in order to do that.
You're right. You're right though. But also I didn't remember now that I'm thinking about it, is that they were using the gyro, I think, sensor on the gamepad to aim when you link into that slow-mo aiming thing. So they did use that. Not saying that the NX controller, whatever it may be, wouldn't be able to use that too. But do I think that that's necessary for the game to be on NX? Absolutely not. So if there was some kind of gameplay aspect of that they revealed beforehand about Wii U that would be totally foreign to anything else, then I totally would think that this would be a bad idea altogether. But as a business standpoint, I think they're making the right move. But if you're a Wii U fan, you're still going to get the game, and you're going to get the game first, guaranteed. Or the NX version is either going to come at the same time or is going to come after the Wii U version. I know this already. So either way, the Wii U version is going to come first.
Okay.
So now, I don't think the Wii U fans are going to be too upset with that.
Okay, all right. Now going back to the confirmation that you got from the Nintendo employee. Now I said that I will not ask you to reveal your source or anything, but you seem so sure that this is 100% legitimate. Can you give us at least one piece of clue that you've received, that you've seen that can help back that a little bit more? Because I remember you said in your comments that you have not seen gameplay of Zelda NX. You have not seen any type of gameplay from Zelda Wii U or anything to solidify that it's come to NX. All you have is I would say your contact telling you that it is coming to the NX. Was there anything specific within that conversation between you two that will lead us to believe that a little bit more? That you can disclose, of course.
Well, okay. So I'm going to be explaining this in more detail very soon. I can't do it right now. I know you want to hear it right now, but I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer. I'm going to explain exactly what I saw. It was not the game, but I'm just going to say that I did see...
Did you see the name? Please tell me you saw the name. You just the name. Give me the name.
No. I'm not going to say anything about that. But...
okay.
Okay, but anyway, I knew you were going to try to do this, so I'm just being very careful.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
So, but yeah, it's been a very crazy. Hey, I'm not a very big YouTube guy right now, of course, but suffice to say, I've gotten over 2,000 emails in the last day. So it's been crazy, and I'm getting my inbox full on NeoGAF. I'm in contact with 4 different moderators. It's crazy right now. So as soon as I can get this information verified as the truth, and my source verified as the truth, it's going to be a lot easier for me to start sharing more information. Right now, though, I'm going to have to, whatever I had there on my website, you've seen it, that's what I'm going to share for now. But I have seen visual evidence of the...
of something.
I haven't seen the game, like I said.
Right.
But I have visual proof that what I'm saying is correct. Now, if you look at my website, I do talk about key Wii U releases. Okay, so that should give you a hint of what I saw. I have some release dates of games and DLC possibly that are coming out for the Wii U. Okay, so within the next month or so, there's going to be a Minecraft DLC or add-on content with Nintendo IP characters for the Wii U. Okay.
All right.
And Star Fox is not going to be delayed. It's still coming out in April. And we still got Mario and Sonic Olympic Games coming in summer. Now, and we got Shin Megami Tensei vs. Cross Fire Emblem and Zelda Wii U, and only one unannounced Wii U game in the second half of 2016.
That's
okay?
that type of information is a little bit unsettling since,
Yeah, it is. For Wii U fans.
Right, exactly. Because I understand we're getting Pokken, Twilight Princess HD, Zelda Wii U, Star Fox Zero, and then just one more unannounced. That is really unsettling. And that's not going against you. I hope that piece of information is false, because I would definitely like to see a little bit more Wii U support within 2016.
Yeah, I actually, I agree with you on that. I wish it were false, but it's not. So, I'm going to be sharing more detail on that soon. Maybe later tonight or maybe tomorrow on more information on why this is true. Now, the thing is, the one unannounced game, I do not know what that one unannounced game is yet. Speculation is it could be Paper Mario. Okay, right? You've heard that rumor.
Yep.
It also speculation could be Pikmin 4, but I'm leaning more towards Paper Mario, but that's just my speculation. I don't have any, source on that one. But definitely only one unannounced game by Nintendo that they are going to be releasing this year for the Wii U. I'm not talking about third party or second party or eShop stuff. I'm sure they got tons of, their own things going for the Wii U. Not third party, but other games.
Right. Now, one thing I would like to understand a little bit when it comes to your source and whatnot. Once again, I'm not asking you to disclose who he or she may be, but is it possible for you to share with us where exactly this person comes from within Nintendo?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, that's understandable. All right, because I don't mean like a specific department within Nintendo or anything. I was being more along lines around Nintendo of America, Nintendo of Europe, or Nintendo of Japan. And you still want to be able to disclose that?
Oh! It's definitely Nintendo of America.
Okay, all right, Nintendo of America. All right, cool. Because NeoGAF is such a big site. They can literally come from anywhere, know any type of slew of language. Now,
Yeah, it's
What?
definitely Nintendo America, and because this release information that I have is for only for Nintendo of America. I don't have anything on Japan.
Okay, all right. Now, that being with that out of the way, I like to ask you a bit of hypothetical questions. All right, and
Mm.
by no means I mean any type of offense. I'm trying to get as many facts as I can or as many answers as I can without overstepping boundaries when it comes to your source. Now, that being said, since you said this person is coming from Nintendo of America, do you suppose that it's a bit odd that Nintendo of America and America in general, when it comes to Nintendo games and development and releases, do you think it's a bit odd that someone from Nintendo of America has this much information, where information like this would definitely break out in Japan first than any other nation or anything like that?
No, I don't, because the way that it happened, I know what happened, and so I can't disclose that. But the way it happened, I know it's absolutely easy to understand if you knew the story behind it. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay. Now, another hypothetical question is that let's say you say this guy is 100% verified by your own research, and then NeoGAF is currently trying to verify this source. What if at one point that it becomes clear that this source may not be who they said they are, or who you think they were, and it turns out this story is not legitimate? What would you say about that? I mean, no offense by this whatsoever. I just want to get your thoughts.
I totally understand. That's interesting. Yeah, I haven't actually thought about that. What I would do if that were the case, but I know it's true, so I really haven't thought about it. I guess I would apologize, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna? I mean, I don't know, honestly, because I know that it's 100% true. If that were to happen, I guess I would apologize, and I'll just shut the heck up for the rest of my life.
Well, I don't think you would have to. I mean, because at the same time, you say this 100%. I definitely, and look, definitely when it comes to information like this, I do want to believe, and I feel that a lot of people want to believe stories like this and whatnot. But at the same time, for people like me, it's really hard, hearing this type of information, not seeing anything, and I wouldn't say it's easy to be fooled, and I'm not pertaining this to you at all. What I am saying is that when it comes to information like this, it would definitely get a lot of people excited. It'll get a lot of people hyped and stuff. And when it turns out to not be legitimate, I wouldn't say that that will go on for you to say, "Oh, I'll shut the heck up for now. My reputation is ruined. My reputation is tarnished." No, I don't believe in that. Because there has been many times where people have covered stories and stuff like that, and it was just a matter of miscommunication, misverification, and stuff. And it's definitely something that it will go along the lines of being around the truth, but I would definitely not. I would definitely not. Wouldn't say that. That would definitely make you want to shut the heck up, like you would say.
Well, you know what? Honestly, if that happened, I would definitely be so embarrassed and feel so bad about myself. I probably would. I probably just quit.
Oh, I wouldn't do that, and no, I wouldn't say you should quit, because you definitely have a great fan base, and you have a great channel. Comes in on information about the NX and Nintendo in general. So I mean, I would say this would be your first offense, your first slip up, or anything like that. And definitely, if you think this is 100%, and if it turns out to be 100%, then I applaud your scoop, and I applaud that you were able to find information like this. But
I totally understand why it's hard to believe. I know,
yeah.
because you're taking it from somebody who is just sharing this information, right? So I completely 100% agree why you have a really hard time believing, and I agree with everyone else too why they have a hard time believing. I have nothing against any of you guys out there who have told me that, hey, I don't believe it, I want to hear from Nintendo. That is absolutely understandable. So that's why I'm really trying hard to get the information verified and my source verified as being correct. That way we can get past this and just discuss the information.
Yeah, that would be great. And to a lot of people who commented on my video and stuff about this is just coming from me, from saying that I don't believe it, and I'm allowed to not believe it if there's no information I can't really grasp onto. I'm not bashing, I'm not hating, and there's a lot of people saying that, oh, I'm just jealous that you're able to get the information first. Listen, I couldn't care less where any type of Zelda information, any type of Nintendo information may come from. If it comes from somewhere and it has the proof and legitimacy to it, I'll be excited no matter what. I wouldn't care less. I'll still cover it to the best of my ability. Anyone can break it out. I really don't care.
Well, can I ask you something, bro?
Yeah, sure.
In your video, it seemed like you really are wanting the Wii U version of Zelda to just be on Wii U, or have the NX version if it comes out to be in 2017. That's what it sounds like that you're leaning to, that you would want. Am I correct on that?
Well, that definitely has some truth to it. I'm definitely not saying that Zelda NX, if Zelda Wii U does end up on the NX, it wouldn't rub me the wrong way, because it would a little bit, because I feel that a lot of people who invested in the Wii U, not just me, but a lot of people who invested in the Wii U deserves that title. And for it to also be in the NX, I understand that it's a good business practice to have both titles on the NX and the Wii U, especially if it's going to be a launch title for the NX. That'll be great. Zelda sells systems, it moves consoles. There's no doubt about that. But for someone to easily access that once the title is out, I feel that is a bit of a slap to the face to Wii U owners and stuff. And at the same time, it also boils on to what I've heard about the NX. We still don't know what it is. We still don't know if it's coming out this year. And then it comes to with that shadow of doubt within the NX, we don't know if it's going to be 100% backwards compatible with the Wii U. Thus, why would Zelda Wii U be able to be, ported over to the NX? To me, there's just a lot of red flags surrounding that whole thing, and it does rub me the wrong way. I'm not saying that I wouldn't accept it. I'm not saying that, oh, geez, Zelda Wii U is also on the NX. I'm never going to buy a Zelda game ever again. If that news, proves true, I'm probably gonna end up buying both versions of the game, and that's what I did with Twilight Princess. But
even on the GameCube days, people preferred to buy the GameCube one because they didn't want to waggle their hand the whole time.
Right.
So there might be something about the Wii U version of Zelda, that has that benefit that possibly the NX version is different on. You never know.
Right. And then, a lot of people saying that, oh, it's going to be better on the NX, and that boils down to we don't know what the NX is. If I do get a glimpse at Zelda Wii U on the NX and it proves to be better once I have that, thing to grasp onto, I'll be all for it. No lie. If I can see what the NX is capable of, because all we've seen are patents and all these rumors about chips and shipments and people putting them together and dev kits going around. People say it's powerful. People say it's not as powerful as PS4. People are saying it's more powerful than PS4. We have no concrete evidence at this point. And if I see something that, would set my grievances aside when it comes to Zelda Wii U and NX, I would definitely, be on board with that. But I would say, yes, it's no secret that part of me wants this title to remain on the Wii U. With all of that being said, that's why.
Yeah, I understand that, and other people share your enthusiasm for the Wii U only version as well, and the other people would be like, yeah, I'm ready to jump ship, man. I'm ready to get on that NX, baby.
Right. And I totally understand. And then a lot of people say that hey, why don't you accept that the Wii U is a failure? I understand the Wii U doesn't sell well. I understand that it's probably Nintendo's biggest financial mistake in the longest, ever since the Virtual Boy. That being said, I love the Wii U as a console. I think it's pretty powerful. The games on it are amazing, but I'm not going to deny the fact that the system flopped. There's no denying it. You can't argue with numbers, and but still, I think it's a very capable system, and I would still like for Nintendo to support it even after an NX is released, which they did promise.
Yeah, I think it's a shame that Xenoblade Chronicles X didn't even get mentioned as Game of the Year for 2015. That's my Game of the Year. Right, 2015. Too bad that it wasn't mentioned.
Yeah, I felt that it wasn't mentioned because it came out way too late international wise. I know it came out in Japan like around it came out in Japan around June, I believe.
April, I think.
Yeah, around April. Okay. And it came out in North America and other regions around December. So I believe that when it comes to Game of the Year standings, I guess the game has to come out sometime before November, because that's when they start organizing the ballots. But definitely, Xenoblade Chronicles, I'm still playing it right now, and that game is just
I know game. It's awesome. I'm on the last boss. I don't want to quite beat it yet. I just want to get all the side quests done. So
right. I'm definitely stuck on this one boss, and it's a little frustrating, but I'm gonna get past it one of these days.
Which one are you on?
What do you call it? That big mech that's piloted by that cat girl and the big dude behind her, where you have to use your skills in the air.
Oh yeah,
it's in Sylvia.
Sylvalum?
Yeah, Sylvalum. It's in Sylvalum. Yeah, the ice place, and it's that place. It's like mission 10, I believe. But yeah, I'm stuck there. I have to level up my people and get more better stuff for my skills in order to get past that. I mean, I was able to get to the second phase, but then I get wrecked.
Yeah, you need to basically upgrade your skills, and some of those Buster swords are going to really help you a lot to take a lot of damage off that boss.
Right. I want to use I had a Buster sword on my main skill, and I want to use it, but the thing is, the Buster sword only hits one enemy, and and that's why I replaced the Buster sword with the giant Claymore sword that was able to hit more enemies, so I could take out the enemy skulls that they call in, and then I get to focus on the big one.
That too, you need to have all your party with scales too. But
yeah. Man, that was massive digression. But
yes, sir. Of course, it's a great game. It deserves it. But anyway.
Oh hell yeah, definitely. But in the end, I feel that we got everything covered. But what I want to ask you and what we want to say about this confirmation about Zelda NX.
There's one thing. The one thing I want to make sure you understand too is that Zelda NX is a launch window game. And it's not necessarily going to be a launch game on the NX, so that's why I'm saying definitely the Wii U version is going to come first, and either the NX version will be on the same day or will be very shortly after. So I want to make that clear. It's a launch window game.
Okay, and that's pretty cool, because one thing that did rub me the wrong way back with the Twilight Princess release is the fact that I've been waiting for the GameCube version, and the Twilight Princess Wii version comes out first, and I'm like, really, guys?
Yeah, I know.
that part really rubbed me the wrong way, but that's a good piece of news. But once again, I definitely want to believe you, and I can't wait till you get the verification for the NeoGAF monitors. I want to believe, but I'm gonna have to, in my sense, I still have to regard this as rumor until I have more proof behind you.
I totally understand, and I agree with what you're doing. There's no reason for you to believe everything I'm saying at this point, because I don't have the proof to back it. But the proof is coming, so just hold tight.
All right, and I'm ready and waiting,
And I do have more information I'm going to share to describe about this proof that I've seen. Okay, so just hold tight on that too. It's just I'm just overwhelmed right now with all the attention I'm getting. I have to just take it one step at a time.
Right, and I totally understand. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. This has been HMK and Super Metal Dave. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you coming out and speaking with me.
Thanks for having me, and just keep waiting, guys. More information's coming.
All right, guys. So until the next discussion about Zelda NX or Zelda Wii U, we will check you guys later.